Each year, we welcome thousands of nonprofits to the Nonprofit Technology Conference. This year, the 12 NTC will be held in San Francisco on April 3rd through the 5th. You can learn more at n10.org/NTC. Or if you can't join us in person, find out how you can still connect, learn, and change the world at the NTC online. Learn more at n10.org/NTC/online. We put together a series of video podcasts featuring just a few of the more than 100 sessions at the event. Today we're talking to Laura Quinn, Executive Director at Idealware, who will be leading the session, The Cloud Beckons, but is it safe? Tell us who you are.
Hi, I'm Laura Quinn, the Executive Director of Idealware.
Why is cloud security an important topic?
So I think it's a really important thing for nonprofits to think about in a number of different ways. I think that it's often people are, I think, concerned about moving to the cloud because they think that it's not secure, and I'm not sure that that's always a completely well-founded thought. I also think the opposite, that I think that there are organizations who really haven't given enough thought to security, either in the cloud or at their own, organization, in-house in their organization. So it becomes kind of people are making judgments and making software decisions, which is what Idealware is all about, without necessarily a founding in the right stuff.
How does cloud security relate to security at your organization?
One of the basic premises of this session is that basically almost any computer that's attached to the internet is essentially as unsafe as something in the cloud, or as safe as something in the cloud, depending on what security measures you've taken. So if you have something that's your data that's stored up in the cloud, likely you're with a vendor who has a whole bunch of precautions, again, both physical precautions, so they have, security gates and potentially guard dogs, and then they've got guard against hackers and guarding the transmission of data against intrusion, and all of these things. Well, if, so I'm right now sitting talking on a computer that's connected to the internet, and it has none of those things. Like our office has a lock on it. We have a firewall, but this is the computer that I'm on now is far less secure than anything that's going to be in a data facility for a reputable vendor. So I think that people on both sides. So for instance, if I had an Excel file full of credit cards on this computer, that'd be totally insecure. But I think that somehow people are they're connecting to the physical possession of their data with security of their data.
What's the most common concern about cloud security?
So Idealware and N10 are working on a report about cloud applications that will be out very shortly. And we talked to a bunch of consultants for that report, one of whom was Deborah Elizabeth Finn, who, as always, is a fount of stories. And she had this wonderful story of an organization that she had worked with where the director of IT actually had a military background. And he explained that he didn't want to put the data in the cloud because he could not defend that data. So he wanted to literally be able to swing a hammock in the server room and to be able to, physically beat off any data intrusion. And I think it's a really illustrative thing because I think that that's often, people are very uncomfortable with the idea that it's not there. They can't protect it because it is not in their possession. And that is certainly an important aspect of security, that somebody is protecting it physically from, harm. But there's all these other aspects of security, not least of which is, can you trust your staff, or is your staff going to do something stupid?
Is it possible to know if a cloud vendor is secure?
One of the most complicated issues is how do you know? You can call a vendor and say, okay, are you secure? And they'll say, sure. But what are the things that you should ask? There's a bunch of now both regulatory compliance type things. So you can see if somebody's HIPAA compliant. You can see if somebody has been particularly certified by a security body. That's more likely to be true of corporate than nonprofit vendors. But it's a really important aspect to think through, okay, these things that aren't in my possession, I can't go throw my body in the breach between my data and the internet. What is the vendor doing to help me with that?